How do you create a scalable game?
There are 6 steps to a scalable game. First, you need to define the 10 core rules of the game. Then, you have to create up to 4 characters. Give them a goal, a behavior, and a set of skills. You should create 6 levels in 6 different environments. Define each level's function and atmosphere, and then associate 1 to 2 adventures to each level, for a total of 12 adventures max. You're creating games.
What do you mean by scalable game?
You can create a game in a day, and then you can stretch it. You can expand on the concept. If you got a week or a month, you can implement new elements, more environments, more character traits, more relationships. You can enhance the adventure and diversify them. But all you need is 1 day to define the 10 core rules, the 10 core principles.
Can you tell us about the 10 core rules?
You can classify them in 4 categories. There would be rules concerning exploration, rules concerning the struggle in order to finish the game, rules relative to the collective aspect of the game, and rules relative to the storyline aspect. Rules concerning exploration concern mainly the diversity of territories, the clarity of the map, and by clarity it just means that you can identify where are the essential locations and where are the limits of the map, which offers to the player a high level of predictability. When it comes to rules regarding struggle, you need to provide clear options to the player in order to finish a level. You need to provide them a clear process, because the goal of struggle here is to grow with the game. When it comes to the collective aspect of the game, games involve characters, and characters evolve together by developing relationships. They can be conflictual, they can be collaborative. All these relationships evolve through choices, which support the story aspect of the game. Those 10 core rules have 2 dimensions in common. They aim for clarity and they aim for diversity. You need diversity for your game to continue to be entertaining, and you need clarity for it to be solvable.
Which fundamental elements do you need to create a game?
In order to create a game, you'll need environment, adventure, and characters. You want to have at least 4 characters. 4 characters with 4 different roles. These characters will need a degree of complementarity. Complementarity is essential for a coherent story and a balanced game. These 4 characters do not need to be part of the same team, and they cannot evolve in isolation. Their identity is mainly defined by a goal. Give each player up to 3 skills related to this goal. A main skill, a secondary skill, and eventually a minor skill if you want to have a very complex game. Players can develop their skill through the story. They can eventually acquire more skill. Give them at least 1 quirk, again related to that goal. Quirks are often accessories. They can be hairstyle, a piece of clothing, or even a tool. And they finally will need behavior traits. Start with 1 strength and 1 weakness. Behavior traits allow the player to know how the character will act in a specific situation. There are 2 main types of situation: comfort and crisis. If you wish to add more characters, you need to justify these new characters. A new character comes to the story when a need arises. Generally, it will be a new conflict. Your players may need help. Help them through this character. The character can be presented in a new level or presented in a new game mechanic. The character itself can present the level, she can also present the mechanic or the rule.
Why do you need 6 environments?
There are 6 main types of levels. Each of these type of levels will correspond to a type of environment. You have rest type of environment, which are comfortable in general. You have pondering type of level, which will serve as places of recollection. You have investigation type of level, which will serve for research phases. You have combat type or racing type. You have minigame types of environment, and you have negotiation or non-violent resolution of conflict type of environments. You can combine these 6 type of level in the same environment because these function can be served by a similar room, for example. You want your environment to be as unique as possible, and this uniqueness is transcribed by 2 elements: the atmosphere and the resources. Always ask us how to make the level more memorable. Just ask for the characters. And you can make your environment more memorable by integrating quirk in them. The final element you need to create a game, and the most important one, is the adventure. The adventure or the stories you're putting in your game should be conditional. You want to create conditional stories, customizable stories. Create possibilities for your player to play with. Offer them choices. 3 choices maximum for each situation. And allow through the game for the consequences to be displayed after they're chosen. The outcome should be diverse, as the stakes should be diverse. Display the affinity of the character they're interacting with, and offer a minimal level of predictability. Players should be able to predict the result of their choices to some point. As you create your adventures, you may want to use 8 types of stories. All your trials, all your adventures are focused on the character's survival. The player should be able to finish the games. Here are 8 story types you can use in any game: discovery, collection, transportation, defeat, protection, escape, investigation, and negotiation.